आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
So tonight, the very controversial Sengar order by the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court has suspended a ex-BJP leader's sentence pending appeal. This is a classic example of the system shielding a rapist. At 8:30 p.m. tonight on popular demand, the most read and viral interview of the former Chief Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gawai, where I believe he was unable to answer my questions on his own very controversial Aravali verdict. And at 9 o'clock tonight, we join the nationwide campaign for a Hindu mobilization against the atrocities on Hindus in Bangladesh, which are continuing and continuing. Ladies and gentlemen, today's day is extremely telling about where the scale of justice tilts in India. For justice in a democracy must not just be done, it must also be seen to be done. And I have no doubt in saying that what the Delhi High Court has done today in the Sengar case is not just a travesty of justice, in my view, but it would also give extremely wrong impression to people who would want to believe in the judiciary. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day when a convicted rapist, a very powerful rapist, a very influential rapist, a very connected rapist called Kuldeep Singh Sengar, ex-BJP MLA, extremely well-connected, notorious, powerful man's life sentence has surprisingly been suspended by the Delhi High Court. I want to repeat, this man is convicted, not accused. And the Delhi High Court suspends his life sentence. What a mockery of justice. What a mockery of justice. What message is the judiciary, the higher judiciary, the appellate courts, what message are they sending to the people of India? And why the rest of the media quiet about these things? Surprisingly, today is also a day when the Supreme Court of India has disposed of the Sandesara matter, the matter of corruption against the Sandesara brothers, who paid a total sum, ladies and gentlemen, of 5,000 crore rupees plus as a deposit, as a measure of abundant caution, and the criminal charges against them are gone. So if you are rich, you get away. If you are powerful, you get away. You have way and leeway in this country if you're rich and if you're powerful. I'd like to go back to the visuals of the Sengar case. And let me tell you, in this case, where there is a rape that has occurred, where this man has carried out an act of rape on June 4th, 2017. This case gains attention after the victim attempts self-immolation on April 8, 2018. Because she's tired of knocking on every possible door. On April 3rd, 2018, this man Sengar's aides, including his brother, beat the victim's father with sticks and lathis. So he carries out an act of rape. He's arrested. After that, the father is arrested. And the father of the victim dies in judicial custody on April 9, 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, what is worse, on July 28, 2019, the victim, her lawyer and two aunts suffer severe injuries when a truck rams their car 11 times. In a murderous attempt, two of her aunts die. The rape survivor's mother, grandmother, and survivor herself wrote letters to the Chief Justice of India and the governor asking for justice. All of these things have happened. It is not a case of injustice, it is of aggravated injustice. And in this country, you would believe that the courts would come to the defense of the victim. But in our country, a division bench comprising Justice Subramaniam Prasad and Justice Harish Vaidyanathan Shankar said that in this case they suspend the life sentence of Kuldeep Singh Sengar with a warning not to come within 5 kilometers of the residence of the victim and not threaten the mother of the victim, which means the court is almost entirely trusting the moral compass of a politician called Kuldeep Singh Sengar, who is convicted of rape and murder, and is advising the person, don't hurt the victim any further. I want to ask the honorable courts, we respect the fact that you've given a verdict, but we completely disagree with it. We believe that in cases like that of Kuldeep Singh Sengar, the toughest of examples should be set. We must not forget, honorable judges, the promises that were made to the people of India following the Nirbhaya case. And today, Nirbhaya's mother herself came and said she was appalled by this. The problem in our country is we believe that public memory is short. But here on Republic, we are here to remind both the politicians as well as the judiciary of their responsibility to the people of India. Republic is with the people. Republic is with the public. I hope this decision of the Delhi High Court today gets overturned by a higher court. I wish courage to the victims and her families to fight this long battle. We are with those who have been targeted by the politicians. We are against this verdict, both in its letter and in its spirit. Does not mean it won't be followed. It will be followed. But this is not right. Just not right. Let's debate.
2017, Republic TV broke the silence on the Unnao rape case. It was your channel's relentless reporting from Unnao, Uttar Pradesh.
एक शब्द बोल दीजिए सर एक शब्द बोल दीजिए सर 1 मिनट सर बस
We confronted then BJP MLA Kuldeep Singh.
घटना 2016 की है और 9वें महीने से जब पुलिस ने विवेचना में उन 2 महिलाओं का नाम निकाल दिया तो ये कुलदीप सिंह कहां से पैदा हो गए। कुलदीप सिंह के खिलाफ वो 1 साल से झूठा प्रचार कर रहा है। कोर्ट की कोई व्यक्ति कहेगा कि आपका नाम हो और आप अरेस्ट हो तो क्या आप अरेस्ट हो जाएंगे।
And when we chased accountability, there was intimidation and resistance. So much that there was an alleged attempt to silence the victim.
हरिपाल सिंह, नवीन सिंह और पुन्नू और पप्पी धमकी देने जाते हैं।
क्या घर पे आके धमकी देते हैं?
हाँ, घर पे आते हैं, कहते हैं मुकदमा वापस ले लो, तुम लोगों को मार देंगे।
The case of a 17-year-old gang raped in Unnao. The accused was then a sitting MLA. Politically powerful, Sengar was almost untouchable. The survivor knocked on every door: politicians, police stations, local administrations. Instead, her father was arrested on what the court later called false charges.
इसमें कुलदीप सेंगर को अरेस्ट किया जाए। उन्होंने हमारे साथ रेप किया है। शशि सिंह हमको उनके घर लेके गई थी नौकरी का झांसा देकर। जब वो हमारे साथ रेप कर रहा था तो हमने इसका विरोध किया तो हमको धमकी देने लगे कि तुम्हारे पूरे परिवार वालों को मरवा के फेंकवा दूंगा।
Days later, the victim's father was killed in judicial custody. April 2018, left with no options, the survivor walked to Lucknow. She attempted self-immolation, a moment that shook the country, and Republic's relentless coverage forced action. December 2019, Kuldeep Singh was sentenced to life imprisonment. He was also held guilty for the custodial death of the survivor's father.
यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री अपना काम अच्छे से करने लगी है। अब मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा भरोसा होने लगा है। इन अत्याचारियों को ये साजिश रचतों को जड़ से उखाड़ के फेंकेंगे।
But tonight, there is a controversial order and more questions. Sengar's conviction stands. The guilt remains, but the sentence has been suspended. How does a convicted rapist get off the hook with a bail bond? And what message does it send to survivors in India?
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm told I should not be too critical of the judiciary, but I would like to say that I will be extremely critical of the judiciary because my expectations of the judiciary are much higher than what they have served in the last few days. So many instances out here. And today, Sandesara brothers' case was closed. They pay 5,000 crores and they get away. And Kuldeep Singh Sengar is connected and he is powerful and he is raped and murdered and convicted. Lalita Kumaramangalam convicted. Yogita Bhayana is with us. She's one of the leading anti-rape activists. She heads the People Against Rape in India, PARI. And she has been crusading on behalf of the victim as well. Major Ashish Chaturvedi of the Samajwadi Party, Susi Ben Shah of the Shiv Sena and Jayanand Dehadrai, welcome. Yogita, this is appalling. Yogita, can you hear me? I think the victim is with us tonight. Yogita, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can get your audio. Can you unmute yourself?
I can hear you. The girl is with me. I want her to speak.
Yes,
We
please.
are going for a protest and we have no other option left. But I want her
That's
to
okay,
speak
no
first
problem.
because it's... Bolo.
You are going for a protest.
We have no choice.
मेरा सबसे यही कहना है कि आज मैं हाई कोर्ट गई थी। आज रेप के आरोपी विधायक कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर का जजमेंट था, क्योंकि मैं उस जजमेंट को सुनते मुझे अंदर से दुख हुआ कि अपने आप को मैं सुसाइड कर लूं। मैंने इतनी न्याय की लड़ाई लड़ी, इतना मैं लड़ रही हूँ, मेरा परिवार सारा खो गया, मेरा एक्सीडेंट करवा दिया, मेरे परिवार की सुरक्षा हटा दी गई, मेरे चाचा की बेल खारिज हो गई, उसके पैरोकार और सारे जयंतियों की सुरक्षा हटा दी गई। उसके बाद में जजमेंट करना ही था, तो बहस पूरी होने के बाद 2-1 दिन बाद जजमेंट होता तो सब कोई जानता, लेकिन ये जजमेंट रोक के 3 महीने बाद जजमेंट हुआ है। सारा कुछ ये सत्ता शासन से सेटलमेंट करके तब ये जजमेंट हुआ है। हमें न्याय चाहिए। आप सबसे यही मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है कि मेरी आवाज आगे तक पहुंचाएं, ताकि हर बहन बेटी को न्याय मिल सके। एक हम ही नहीं, हमारे से बहुत विक्टिम है, बहुत रेप विक्टिम है, जो ऐसे तो रेप के आरोपियों को साहस बढ़ जाएगा कि रेप करो, 5 साल बाद 6 साल बाद बाहर आ जाना है। तो देश की बेटियां सुरक्षित नहीं, असुरक्षित है। इसको देखते हुए, इस जजमेंट को देखते हुए मेरा यही रिक्वेस्ट है, मेरी खबर आगे पहुंचाई जाए।
I know we really want, there is no other option left. We want people to support, come
Where
on
are you
streets
protesting?
because this is...
Where is
We are heading towards central Delhi. We don't know. We were discussing. She wants to sit outside, PM's office house. She says, "Meri to Prime Minister se guhar hai." We don't know where to go. Whom to blame? First of all, I mean, let me be very honest. Courts जिम्मेदार हैं या नेता जिम्मेदार हैं? मुझे तो लगता है everybody hands in gloves. तो कहाँ जाए? किसके आगे धरना दे? Nobody listens to us in जंतर मंतर. कहाँ जाएंगे? हमें खुद ही नहीं पता अभी कहाँ बैठेंगे. But we really want people to support us. We will let you know where we are going to sit. We don't know. She's not eaten anything. She's been out. She's been crying. I've been with her. This is crazy. I mean, where do we seek justice in this country? What is the message going to other victims? Where do we reassure them that we will get you justice? Everybody seems to be in connivance. Judiciary, I mean, the administration, the powerful people, elections are down the corner. अभी हम वकील से मिलके आ रहे हैं, वो बोल रहे हैं भाई इलेक्शन आ रहे हैं तो उसको बाहर निकालना ही था. You should have been prepared for it. मतलब what the hell is it going on in this country? हम बाहर की एप्स्टाइन फाइल्स की बात करें, हमारी जो खुद की एप्स्टाइन फाइल्स है पहले वो तो खोल लीजिए. हम तो यहाँ पीडोफाइल्स के बीच में जी रहे हैं. Where are we living? This is not the place we should have girls.
थोड़ा योगिता, I want to give a context to the viewers. पहले तो मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि बहुत हिम्मत है इनकी. मैं उनको भी कहना चाहूंगा बहुत दात है, बहुत हिम्मत है इनकी. And मैं थोड़ा background देना चाहूंगा because the case is of 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, at that point of time, the victim, I'm obviously not referring to her by name, was only 17 years old. Am I right, Yogita? She was only 17 years old.
Yes, she was 16 and a half.
16 और 17 साल की थी. उस समय कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर ने इनको किडनैप किया and raped her.
Gang raped also.
And then she was gang raped. She was then sold for 60,000 rupees. She was threatened against speaking out. And she has lost so much in this period. Ladies and gentlemen, she tried to commit suicide in April 2018. And then her father was beaten up and he died in judicial custody. She lost her father. One day when she was going in her car, a truck comes and hits her car 11 times. Lalita Kumaramangalam, I have not heard a bigger horror story than this. 11 times her car was hit. 2 of her aunts died, she survived. These are pictures.
And the lawyer also
accident
died.
के visuals मैं दिखा रहा हूँ. Problem हमारे देश में ये है, Lalita, कि हम that we think we'll forget everything. Lalita, anything you'd like to say? Lalita Kumaramangalam, please.
Yeah, I'm saying that, you know, the common man, so to speak, is always told that the courts are here to dispense justice, that we have no right to question them. But I'm afraid this sort of justice that's dispensed almost seems more like a kangaroo court. I may be held up for contempt of court or whatever it is, but it's not just the message that goes to the trafficked girls, to the raped girls, but also to the perpetrators of such horrible, inhuman crimes. If you have money, you pay your way out of a life sentence. How can that be justice? And I mean, this is the reason why increasingly it's not just in India that women are losing hope, but also around the world, people keep calling India the rape capital. Aren't we ashamed of ourselves as a nation?
Imagine.
I know I'll get into trouble for being so politically incorrect, but this is
no, we should not be politically correct. You see, the point is there is a spirit in our country.
Justice can be bought.
No, Susi Ben.
Really, if justice can be bought, then everything else is also on sale.
Susi Ben Shah wants to come in.
A very good evening to all, and I'm glad that there is a question mark just after off the hook. Let me assure you and your esteemed viewers that this is a mere procedure. There is no political patronage in this. There is no protection, but bail given to a person is a matter of his right. It is a rule.
Okay, so you are convicted of rape and you have a right for bail.
No, hold on.
No, this is a new definition.
The conviction is not ruled out. He is convicted.
No, he is convicted of a life. He is convicted for life. No, he is convicted for life.
Exactly.
One minute. He is convicted for life, and the conviction. Allow me, Sushi Ben. If the conviction is for rape of a minor under POSCO and murder of the victim's father in connivance with police officers, whole country is watching today. A politician can rape a minor, kill the minor's father, and get away. I think it's a terrible precedent being set. Major Ashish Chaturvedi of the Samajwadi Party.
Allow me to complete. Mr. Goswami, with the highest of respect to you, I always watch your show and you are one of the most highest rated viewership. Let me tell you this. Let us not spread misinformation. He is not been acquitted. He is a convicted prisoner.
Precisely my point. He is not an under trial. He is already found guilty. He is a convicted rapist sentenced to life imprisonment.
There is a legal procedure.
No, legal.
And you start doubting.
So, Ms. Shah,
If we start doubting the integrity of the judges
Lalita,
of High Court, it is doomsday
you
for
are
India.
using those words, not me.
No.
What choice have you left common people like us?
No.
What choice have you left people like us?
You are questioning the integrity, not me. I am questioning the logic of this verdict in terms of precedent. Let me clarify. No, sir. Susiben Shah, please allow me. I have made a point today. You may be oversensitive about it, but today is a day. Today is a day when the Sandesara brothers got away. Today is a day when Kuldeep Sengar got away. It's not a day which is going to be a great day in our legal history. Let me tell you.
Mr. Goswami, and this show, there should not be aspersion cast on the highest judicial.
Don't try to put me on the defensive. I am not casting aspersion. I am passing commentary.
It gives a very wrong
I am
signal.
Passing commentary. Please, Ms. Shah, do not, Ms. Shah, I am too experienced a journalist. Ms. Shah, with respect to you, Ms. Shah, I am, no, Ms. Shah, now this appears to be.
When we feel justice is not being done, we have the right to question it.
Judges of the High Court. I mean, they are a higher judiciary.
1 minute, Ms. Susiben Shah. I have yesterday night, for your information, you may have seen, I have grilled the man who till a few days back was Chief Justice of India. And may I say this without extra humility, that I feel, it's my view, that the former Chief Justice of India was not able to effectively answer the questions I raised of him legally. So we are not uninformed journalists, we are very well informed journalists. We are the pinpricks in a democracy which keep questioning parts of the system when we feel they are not serving the interests of the people.
You also should be gracious enough to say that Mr. Honorable Gawai came on your show and he did his best.
I don't have to say it. He is visible on the show. If you feel it's very graceful, I also told him it was good of him to come on my show. Yeah, but now that is for later. This case, now Jay, let me get Jay in and Mesha
1 minute. Arnab, can I just come in here?
Ma'am, can I just get Jay in and Mesha Ashish Chaturvedi, because I have limited time. We have the big interview also playing up in some time.
Sure.
Ashish and then Jay. In this case, the whole case exists because of threats to the life of the victim. Father is dead. There is an attempt to kill her. She loses her aunts. She almost loses her life. The survivor writes to the Chief Justice of India fearing for her life. Her father has died in police custody. If threats could not be prevented when this man was inside jail, what makes a court believe that a direction on paper that stay away from the victim will work? It's a practical question. Major Chaturvedi first.
In our country, every few minutes, there is a rape happening in India. And this is precisely the reason why this happens in India. Now, here is a situation where a man, after a long trial, and it was so difficult to get him behind the bars because the ruling party was there to defend him. It was the people of India and the media of India which were, trying to get justice for her. And it's so difficult, and it was attained after such a long, difficult fight. And here are these two judges who are giving bail to him. It's a tight slap on the face, of the women who fight for this. What are you doing? I can't believe this. I really can't believe this. How can you grant bail to a man who's convicted of not only raping, gang raping, selling, and then even murder? And you're granting him bail. What are you doing? What have you studied? मेरी तो समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है ये. No wonder India is becoming the rape capital in the world, thanks to judges like them. And it is not the first incident. There were members of the IT cell of BJP who gang raped a woman in BHU on gunpoint, released its video, and they also got bail. So where are we heading?
Now, tonight we have a situation tonight.
Where are we heading?
The situation tonight is this, that the Unnao rape survivor says to me I am going to go and protest. On a cold December night, she is looking for a place to protest. An entire family is rallying behind a teenage rape survivor. A politician rapes a teenager in 2017 and then kills her father, convicted. And today comes out, is on the verge, I would say, of coming out smiling. There is another case, of course, but I don't understand. What merit is the court seeing in suspending the life sentence of this politician? Jay, what precedent are we setting?
Arnab, at the outset, I'd like to say firstly that nobody can question your right to ask questions of the judiciary. And I must also compliment you for your very excellent interview with the Honourable former Chief Justice of India. I think it is, in fact, your duty as a journalist, as a leading journalist, to ask difficult questions from, the powers that be, and of course, including the judiciary. Having said that, this judgment of the Honourable High Court, which I have gone through, points out multiple discrepancies, Arnab, in the version of the prosecutrix. And there is a statutory provision in terms of Section 389 of the erstwhile CRPC, which permits a sentence, even where a person has been convicted, for a sentence to be suspended. And to call it bail in that sense, strictly speaking, it is not bail, but it is a suspension of sentence.
But this was
now,
rejected in 24. In 2024, the High Court,
yes,
you are aware of this case, rejected the same application that it is clearing today. Material facts of the case have not changed. The decision of the court is asymmetric to what it took a year back. Now, nobody understands this certain logic.
May I put it differently, Arnab, and I don't entirely disagree with you here. I ask myself, would it have been perhaps better to hear the main appeal rather than to have rushed with the Section 389 suspension application? So in this particular case, given the aggravated facts that you have pointed out very rightly, the fact that, people very close to the victim were mysteriously eliminated and so forth, maybe and perhaps this could have been a case where the appeal should have been heard first and not the application for suspension.
So, but the court is
aware
that the rape victims' families, members have been killed, her lawyers have been targeted. And you can't, a father has died, 2 aunts have been killed, she herself died. And the case has been transferred from UP to Delhi, keeping her vulnerability in mind, keeping the fact that her father was killed in custody. And you tell me today...
I don't disagree.
No, but having said that, you then say... You say, then I will suspend the sentence of the rapist and the murderer.
Arnab, it is,
it's very arbitrary.
This is an uncomfortable situation. I mean, I admit it. But, it is, but you see, the point is that there is, let me point something out that is very interesting for your viewers also. So we all know that there is a presumption of innocence, that when you're still in under trial, you enjoy that. Now, once you get convicted and once an appeal is still available to you, speaking strictly in terms of criminal law jurisprudence, the presumption of innocence doesn't, of course, it weakens, but it doesn't go away entirely. This is where a provision like 389 comes in, Arnab. It's very interesting.
Really?
Because you're suspending the sentence, because the logic is that if you do succeed in the appeal, then the injustice of the extended incarceration is basically not suffered by you.
But this is, you think this is an ordinary
just the legal
case.
aspect that I wanted to put
Jay,
out.
I'm getting responses here. In this case, I emphasize there has been no case like this in this country. This is the worst of the worst case, rarest of the rare. The man is dangerous. He is a rapist and a murderer. He will be sitting in his house. And the victim will be protesting on a cold winter night. We are the same country in which all political parties were compelled to extend the parliament session for the Nirbhaya case. And today, this is the answer the people of this country get. No, this is not correct. This is not ethical. Lalita, this is wrong. This is patently wrong.
This is a mockery of justice. This is an absolute mockery of justice. The letter of the law is being literally misused. I really think I'm going to get shoved into jail for being so blunt tonight, but this is really a mockery of justice. This man has already been convicted. The presumption of innocence is just, these are just words. Yeah, the law is the law, it needs to be upheld. How are we upholding any law when a man who has killed, who is raped, who has helped the victim to be gang raped, has already been found guilty? And then we say that under the law, because there's a provision that says he still can be termed as not guilty or held not guilty, he can get away with it? How is this justice?
Yeah.
We go to the courts for justice. Most of us are not lawyers.
This is a country where a 17 and 8-month-old so-called juvenile was also told to write a 300-word essay and get away after killing 2 people in Pune. This is a country where the Upar cinema tragedy was the deadliest disaster. 59 people died and the Ansal brothers faced no consequence. But it is also a country, Susiben, where the media will continue to fight against this.
And that's your right. That is why you're the 4th pillar of the democracy. No one is questioning that. My limited point here is to cast aspersions of the judiciary. That is my limited point. And then to say that just because you have money, you have better access to justice.
Aspersions, ma'am. We are questioning them.
Clearly
questions which any person would ask.
We are not casting aspersions.
Nobody is casting aspersions. I am only questioning the judgment.
We are in a democracy. We can ask questions.
Yes. I have a question to put to Lalita.
Right. Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will have to close it at this point because I'm replaying that very important, if I may say, historic interview with the former Chief Justice of India.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप